welcome to this week's edition of the VGC. Woo. Your hosts, Gio, Jonathan, and Will's back from the dead to join us this week for a good discussion about video games, and wait for it, more video games.
Yes, we're going to have a good discussion. Man, coming back from the dead was a tough situation, but I was playing.
You're dead for like 2 weeks.
I was. It was
dead for 2 weeks. Jonathan filled your role well. Our number one fan became an anchor. So
yeah, I saw that. I was happy for the bad pun at the end.
You
know, sometimes you got to pun what you got to pun. So.
Yeah. All right, so guys, we're going to be talking about Arkham Knight. And Sony stuff.
Shaq Fu.
But first, Shaq Fu.
Shaq Fu.
Or Shaq Fu.
Well, as some of you might not know, back in the day, Shaq had a video game called Shaq Fu.
Awful.
It was awful. It was terrible.
It was.
But you played it because of the name of Shaquille O'Neal, and it was kind of funny. The dialogue and text was kind of funny.
Minus the
But now he's back. But on this time, it's being funded on Indiegogo or Kickstarter? Indiegogo, which is a crowdsourcing thing. But let's talk about this.
Shaq Fu, a legend reborn.
A legend reborn. Do you guys gonna play this game? I'm probably gonna play it just for childhood nostalgia.
I think it sounds fun. I think it sounds fun.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm not gonna buy it, but I'll get around to playing it.
He said it's made by a bunch of established developers and AAA title makers.
Yes. The people working on this game right now are obviously Shaq himself is coming back to work on it, and the developer is made up of a bunch of people who've worked on pretty large AAA projects. So this is a capable team who knows
what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, they have Shaq looking so ripped.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little far-fetched.
One of his abs was the size of my computer screen for those back at home watching this from the comfort of their.
How big is your computer screen?
It reminds me of what happened with Knuckles recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How Knuckles now has a square chest. It's like he ate a brick of muscle.
What's interesting is that they even got together and they collectively said, Shaq Fu, a legend reborn. Shaq Fu returns, and this time we won't Fu it up.
There we go. So they know they made a bad game last time.
So let's hope what they're saying, or let's hope that they carry it out and that it's an actual decent game. But
yeah.
Now, I thought it was so bad.
The main story of this is crowdfunded.
Yes.
Yes.
For those that know, that's when you outreach to the community to say, hey, we have something we want to make. We can't afford to make it. You guys fund us and we'll make this game. We'll develop this product idea for you guys. And with that, you get incentives. This one, they need $450,000. They have, almost $53,000 already in that one day, which is remarkable. Impressive. What are some of the awards they're giving out for this?
Let's start down low, $15. You get a copy of the game.
Let's just go with like the big one that we were talking about earlier.
The big one. $35,000 for an evening at TNT Studio watching them record a basketball game.
So hanging out with Chuck, Ernie, all the other crew, and chill with Shaq. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Airfares, travel is not included.
Yeah, so just get a job for TNT is what I'm saying.
Pretty much.
You'll get paid to be there.
Yeah, for 1 year of being there, getting paid to do that, you're going to have to pay like a year's wage to do that.
Yeah.
Probably not worth it.
There was one where you pay like $1,000 and you get Shaq
follows you on Twitter.
For a year.
For 1 year.
For a whole year.
Starting with initial shout out to all of his 7 million followers. But if you can lowball that, and for $500, Shaq will follow you on Instagram.
There we
go. He will like and comment on your beautiful pictures.
Because I'm on Instagram straight flexing all the time.
Pretty much.
Yes, all the time.
All right, so I think this is a good time to talk about crowdsourcing in general, because obviously a project like this is it has a very large cult following of people who love this game just because
Shaquille O'Neal.
Because of Shaquille O'Neal and because of the role it played in their childhood.
Yeah.
And so I think with crowdfunding, you get these developers who are like, we have this cool idea and we want to share it with you. And I think that has produced a lot of cool things in the past, leading up to this.
What they tried to do last time was work for appeal to the basketball fans and action fans. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, gameplay was so bad that it didn't appeal to either.
Gameplay was awful.
But people still bought it anyways because they're like, we like Shaq.
Kids like us
It's
bought it
memorabilia.
because, oh my gosh, it's Shaquille O'Neal.
It's like, why is this so bad? Doesn't matter, Shaq's in it.
Exactly.
But
other notable crowdsourced projects, the Veronica Mars movie coming out this summer.
Yeah, it's a great example.
Veronica Mars.
The Mighty Number 9 from the developer of Mega Man.
Yes,
Number 9.
That should be a really interesting project. I think that's going to be a really cool thing. The Ouya.
Ouya
console.
was crowdfunded.
Still,
yes,
people are kind of like, well, is this still going to work out? But I mean, people have it.
It's cheap. It's
Exactly.
accessible. They made some upgrades to it.
Yeah, they did.
The controller is not as bad, but you can hook up an Xbox controller to it if you want. So if that's familiar with you, you can do that. But yeah, we're gonna go to a quick break. We'll be right back.
Arkham Knight coming up.
Arkham Knight,
Coming up.
digging it.
Pokemon has a special place in my heart because Pokemon Yellow was the first video game I ever played. Pokemon even helped me learn to read when I was a kid. You've always viewed the world of Pokemon from a bird's eye view, but what if you could explore Johto and Kanto in first person? Welcome to Pokemon 3D, a first-person, fan-made remake of the second-generation Pokemon games. Like always, you begin your adventure by choosing your character. Let's compare some scenes from Pokemon Silver versus Pokemon 3D. Here we have the bedroom from Silver, and here's the bedroom in Pokemon 3D. You're probably familiar with the pause menu from Pokemon, but the menu in Pokemon 3D is a little different. Pokemon 3D lets you change graphical settings and offers support for Xbox 360 controllers. Here we can see a sample of text that is identical in both games. You may remember this mysterious character lurking outside the lab. Personally, I always assumed he was looking through a window, but Pokemon 3D suggests otherwise. Choosing your starting Pokemon is the same as always. I chose Totodile because the gator is nature's deadliest predator, and because he can shoot lasers. One of the best aspects of the Pokemon games is the battle system. Battling is fundamentally similar in Pokemon 3D, but still needs a little bit of polishing. You can download Pokemon 3D for free at Pokemon3D.net.
And we're back. Thank you, Andrew, for that update on Pokemon 3D. One notable aspect to mention was that the animations, like for attacks, like Leer and Scratch, they don't show it. So you're just pretty much just scratch, health goes down, which is fine because that take a lot of animation and bandwidth.
In the original game, you could have the options have it on and off. Now it's just a 3D of them standing next to each other, losing health.
All right. Well, Arkham Knight.
Finally
after being
here.
leaked.
Finally here.
After being leaked, it's finally here.
I'm super excited. Batman looks really, really cool.
The game's gonna be sick.
It's gonna be awesome.
Now, there's an interesting fact that Jonathan had.
Okay. It turns out that one character from Arkham Knight has the same polygon count as the entire environment of Arkham Asylum, which is just mind-blowing to me. That's so much information that's being stored and rendered at one time for one character. Like it's in my mind, it's a testament to the power of these new gen consoles that we have, like the Xbox One and PS3.
Yeah, glorious. Map's gonna be 5 times bigger than Arkham City.
The streets are bigger too.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna be able to jump in the Batmobile and drive around.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the Batmobile is finally available to use in the game.
And that's what I'm probably most excited about.
And it's going to be sick. There's 3 different areas, no load times. The maps can hold up to 50 people at once looting places.
Yeah, like
cars
50
flipping, stuff getting looted, and you're standing there like, well, looks like I got to go beat up some bad guys today.
Some bad guys.
Yeah.
Is he Knuckles too?
Yes.
Shaq,
Everybody's
Knuckles,
Knuckles.
and
Everybody's
Batman?
Knuckles. Everybody's Knuckles today on the show.
Oh, no.
Even you are Knuckles. You bet. You at home. You're Knuckles too.
You.
But yeah, Rocksteady's making it.
Rocksteady.
And I know your favorite part. Kevin Conroy is back as the Batman.
He's my legit favorite voice.
He's the best.
He's staple. He's a staple.
He's a staple of Batman's voice.
So fanboys everywhere are super excited about
Yes.
that part. I'm looking forward to the game. I'm gonna somehow I'm gonna get the other games to try to beat them before that.
Oh, you
Which
haven't played any of them?
I haven't played any of them.
Are you kidding?
What had happened is that I'm like, oh
Not
great,
game,
another
bro.
game based off of a movie, and I normally don't buy games based off of movies, but I didn't
That's
know
a good
that.
call.
Nobody told me
good
that it
call.
weren't based off of the movies.
Oh, okay.
Therefore, I was misled in my thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like
bad.
the Spider-Man games are the only games I've played based off movies that did not suck.
Yes.
Everything else was kind of like, oh my gosh, I made a huge mistake.
So when you started playing Zathura, that was not fun at all, was it?
Yes, Zathura. Never play Zathura at home, people. Stuff gets weird fast. We don't even want to talk about what happened last time we played Zathura together.
Yeah. It wasn't pretty.
It wasn't good at all. It wasn't good at all. We'll be right back with some news about Sony and some takeaways from the company.
I'm gonna go take a shower.
Hey, and we're back with the VGC. Today we're going to be talking about Sony Computer Entertainment America's CEO, Jack Tretton, stepping down. What do you think, Will?
Epic mic drop. Gio? You're not Gio.
No.
Jonathan who?
Randy, no, this is not. How many times do I have to tell you? You're not Gio. Look, hey.
Well, that was awkward.
Yes, it was.
But anyway, back to Sony. What's going on?
After 19 full years, Jack Tretton, he is stepping down from Sony. 19
Yeah.
full years, and that's pretty big.
Yeah, it's a long time to be working at one place.
He helped to launch every PlayStation platform up to date.
Yeah, it's just crazy. A lot of people remember him fondly because in 2013 at E3, he did an incredible job introducing the PlayStation 4.
Phenomenal job.
Yes. His replacement, his name is Sean Layden. He worked for Sony Computer Entertainment Japan for a while. So I think he'll be doing a great job bringing new stuff to...
Do you think he's going to change anything?
I don't know. I don't know what he's going to change, if he changes anything. But I hope that he brings some new ideas to the table because I think Jack did a great job leading the PlayStation brand to where it is today, and even with some really hard stuff like the outage in 2011. But I think Layden will be able to bring new ideas to a platform that is ripe for innovation and for that sort of stuff, just bringing new things to the gaming world.
I mean, we're not even sure why Jack left or what he's going to do next, but I think it's just kind of his time to move on. I feel like he's said, I've done my part. I want to move on.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that he is having a problem with Sony. I think that he's just decided that, you know what, I'm ready to move on. I've done what I needed to do with this company, and he's stepping down at his peak. Which, if you compare this to, Microsoft getting a new CEO really recently with Steve Ballmer stepping down and Satya Nadella coming in, that was a huge deal because Microsoft they're dealing with a lot right now, and that move was significant, and they really needed it. Whereas with Jack, he's leaving a company in really great shape to a guy that's going to be able to take it to even better places, I think.
Yeah, they've worked together, and I don't think he just randomly said, I'm gone. There's been thought in this,
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Definitely it's in good, trusted hands. We're going to just have to see how it goes from here. I mean, a lot of things can change, or maybe it's just like for the new generation. It's good because we're going into a new generation of gaming. So
Definitely.
about to step it up and take new branch out and see where we're going to get from there. You know what I mean?
I definitely know what you mean. All right, well, this has been the VGC. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Will. I'm short enough and ugly enough to be beaten by the Quaker oatmeal guy.
Wow, it's a very interesting fact about you.
Yes.
Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter, at the VGC on Twitter, and we have an official Facebook page, the VGC.
We do. We update it constantly, so look forward to what's coming up next. We're going to be gone for the next 2 weeks.
Yep,
so
we're going to be gone next
We're going
Friday.
to continue doing the Facebook, so we'll keep you updated there. We're not just going to let you out to dry. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, so check back with us in 2 weeks for a brand new episode of the VGC.